start to record. Welcome, friends and family. This is another installation of our Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. And I'm your host for the evening, hostess with the mostest, also known as the Thunder Lung amongst friends and family alike. I am Ray Jane, and we are just letting the folks come on in. For those of you who are joining us on YouTube and Facebook, we greet you, we welcome you. If you're feeling brave and you say, hey man, I want to get in on the conversation that they got going on over there, because the chat is always popping. Y'all already know. Greet yourselves in the chat. Y'all, I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all know what to do. But if you would like to jump into our Zoom land, the Zoom ID is 977-539-856. Thank you for being here. Hello, family. Absolutely. That's what's up. All right, so let's get into some information about where you have landed on this wonderful Thursday evening. As I mentioned, this is a Thursday night online open mic presented to you by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. You can find all of our events, including our lovely hosts and hostess. We are headed up currently by our executive director and the original host of the Thursday night online open mic. That is La Bruja, or Caridad de Luz, boss lady, to the rest of us, So if you want to check her out, please do. If you want to check all of us out, come to newyourekan.org. That's also where you can find out how to get down, how to sign up. So for tonight, we have 20 folks on the guaranteed list. Here we are doing poetry, music, comedy. So buckle up, because the folk are fire, okay? And by fire, I mean they're really gifted folks. Okay, just listen. I don't have to say it. They're gonna show you. Okay, so for those 20 folks on the guaranteed list, you have 3 minutes, folks. 3 minutes. Let's try and be respectful to one another. We know you've got all the wonderful things to say, so I just got to get that last word in. Please, if you can, try to keep it to 3 minutes. We would hate to mute you, but if you impinge on other people's space, then we're going to have to space you out a little bit, but that's okay. We try to give love here, but love has to come with respect, all right? And if you did not get a chance to sign up for this evening and you just got something burning down in your soul and you want to share it with us, you still have an opportunity. We have what's called the good luck round. So if you hit me in the personal message here, the Zoom DM, if you will, you can just go ahead and let me know if you'd like to get on the good luck round. We have space for about 5 to 10 people, and we try to get everyone in. Again, that's why we emphasize 3 minutes. Okay, please, in the time that you are listening to me, put your pronouns and IG handles in the box. If you got some Venmo, you want people to throw you a couple dollars, your PayPal link, go ahead and put it in the box so the folks could tip you. We lift here, but we also gift here, okay? So don't leave yourself out, is what I'm saying. When you're performing, please do try to keep your camera on. We want to see your face. If there's a technical issue, as we all have learned, sometimes that happens. Don't worry. Pop off or, get thrown off by Zoom, because as we know, sometimes it happens, right? Come back on, hit me up. We try to get you back on, all right? We want to hear what you've got to say. This is the space for that. This is an open mic. It's non-competitive. As we said, we value free speech. We want to hear what you got to say, but hateful content, and some people tried it last time and they got what? They got the boot. Okay, so don't get cute and don't get the boot, okay? Because we won't have it here. Everybody's got to feel safe so we can be vulnerable enough to share the contents of our spirits, right? Just a minute, because all of this got to get paid for by somebody. So special thanks to the National Endowment for the Arts, New York State Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and New York Community Trust. Thank you for supporting us. And please, if you would like to also support us, hit us up. Tax deductible donation at thenewyourekan.org/contribute. All right, that's all I got to say for right now, because all I want to hear is what y'all have to say. Welcome to the room, okay? So I'm going to put the list in the chat, and I know y'all just been waiting. Who's going to be first? Right, Jane? But who is going to open us up? So we will have none other than the gentleman, the illustrious hair, the hair that's now down and in his face. Michael Sindler, would you please unmute yourself and give us that poetry that only you can give us? And if you flip your hair for us, that would be okay too.
Oh, no, nothing with hair. Jesus. Okay. Well, as you'll know, this is Mental Health Month. So I'm going to pull this one out, which I like to read every time. And it's called Every Day They Do Not for Anthony Bourdain. It's not selfishness the day they commit. It's the strength every day they do not. Knowing full well if they give in and quit, it might finally extinguish the thought, the unbearable, unstoppable thought that they struggle with every moment, the trap of despair in which they're caught, battling demons only to submit. Struggling in search of elusive peace for a moment without acute pain, a solution always just out of reach, a salve to soothe self-imposed shame. It's not lack of concern for those left behind. It's not forgetting or running away. There's a cauldron that churns inside of their mind, a piper that leads them astray, drawn down dark roads by the tug of a song through the discord of their memory, feeling exhaustion from running so long, chasing a distant, haunting melody. Some show the signs of impending self-harm. With others, no one could imagine. No actions or statements to cause alarm among relatives, workmates, or close friends. But either blatant or deeply hidden, the disease of depression incubates towards, with grimace or deceptive grin, what they see as inevitable fate. So don't curse, mock, or hate them for losing the fight, leaving casualties behind in the ring. It's a maddeningly fine line between wrong and right when both life and death promise to sting. There's a pain in the wake for those who remain, anger, sadness, remorse, and confusion, wondering just what went on in the brain that determined this tragic conclusion. Don't waste time questioning who is to blame or what you could have done differently. Sometimes nothing can extinguish the flame. Treat yourself and their memory gently. It's not selfishness the day they commit. It's the strength every day they do not. When in the end, the woeful story is writ, love's gift of amnesty isn't for naught. So let's all hold each other dear and ourselves. And if you're really feeling it, don't be afraid to reach out. Thank you very much.
Everyone, please unmute yourself, please.
Michael.
Always
Thank you very
dope.
much.
Michael Sindler. Way to set it off.
Way to go, Mike.
Oh.
Thank you,
Nailed
Michael.
it again.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That's important.
Wonderful, wonderful. Joski said it best. That's important. You know, we need these messages. Sometimes people don't know that love is there, that it's an option, that it could be offered, that is free, that is here. So we thank you for reminding everyone out there that there's a safe space for them. It's right here if they want it, if they need it. Thank you for opening the space with that good energy as always. It must have been the hair. I know it was the hair, Michael. I know it. You can shake your head, but I know it's true. I know it's true. All right. Wonderful work as always. Lizzie, we will have you up next if you are ready for us, my darling.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I just got into Manhattan after 5-hour bumper to bumper traffic. So, but I wrote that I'm happy to be, it was a brutal Thursday driving in from Long Island, but I'm happy to be here and I always like writing new shit. So I wrote this in the waiting room for the Zoom. So this is very fresh shit. It's called The Need to Spit. Sitting in the hot Nissan, my stomach turning, wanting to hurl in the LIE towards my second home, the clouds spinning around in the moist sky, cars kissing each other, bumper to bumper to bumper, sitting like puddle ducks halfway before Nassau and my island, inching closer to relief, notes passing through my phone, no Pepto-Bismol to calm down the needy, ping after ping, one Broadway broker after the next, following in my footsteps, copying, catting my moves like the little engine that could. I think I can, not feel like I'm going to have to choose a river on either side of me to bend over the three bridges of Manhattan to release my tension. Do the eager beavers who want to build their own dams in the Big Apple and beyond want this fast and furious lifestyle I lead? Swinging from trees of Long Island to the skyscrapers of New York City like King Kong, I'm ready to scream, wanting to take it out on Top Gun posters every inch. Before like Harvey Two-Face, I can be Maverick. Shot out of the tunnel, through the park and up the Grecian steps, worth the crawl, always will be, even when it takes 5 hours to bump and grind through the grime. How to write about life in 5-hour standbys. Thanks.
Woo! Love that new shit. Unmute yourselves. Give us
Thank you.
some love.
Oh yeah, Lizzie.
That was wonderful.
Got it.
Thanks so much.
Right on.
Way to go, Liz. Nicely done. Nicely
Let's
done.
go.
Thank you.
Yes, always repping for New York City. No traffic like that New York traffic. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. Thank you for surviving that traffic to bring us that new shit. We appreciate you and glad to have you here as always. As always, please put your information in the chat after you have shared and performed so other folks can be your fans, because you deserve fans. What you're saying is awesome. All right, speaking of folks who deserve fans, okay. I already told y'all, every time I tell y'all, just take your dictionary out, you know what I mean? Get into your Google search with the cursor, let it, blink, so you're sure that it's ready, okay? Because this man, he's about to come up here and teach y'all something, I'm telling you. So please open your minds and spirits for Mr. Tezazomo. He might even sing for us. I see the guitar. Oh, snap. Hold on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got excited.
Said it's music time today, this time.
Yes, we love that.
No Google search today. Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care. Leave, don't leave me. Look around and choose your own ground. Long you live and high you fly. Smiles you'll give and tears you'll cry. All you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. forget the sun. And when at last the work is done, don't sit down, it's time to dig another one. Long you live, high you fly, but only if you ride the tide. Balance on the biggest wave, you race towards an early grave.
Beautiful, beautiful. Everyone, unmute yourselves.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounded really sweet, man. Good job. Good, good job.
As a serenade.
Beautiful chords.
Oof, ooh, ooh. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. We were glad to put our dictionaries down. I don't know how y'all feel. Y'all glad with me? Yeah, they're all shaking their heads. It's true. Thank you for singing to us. As always. Oh goodness, we're gonna go from one. We're about to be serenaded again. How did we get so lucky? Oh my goodness. Mr. Tezazomos, please put your information in the chat so we can find you, Mr. Tezazomo, so they can find you and follow you. And in the meantime, in between time, next up is Joski.
Hello, Ray Jane.
Hello, Joski. How are you?
I'm doing real good. Hey, I've got 2 new pieces.
Oh,
Wrote this last night. This is about, I don't know if y'all heard about the lacrosse team, the women's lacrosse team from an HBCU that was stopped by some white cops in Georgia. This is called Lacrossing Georgia. Cotton still grows here, whispers on the breeze. Vigilante gunmen dressed up like police harass a team of athletes, scholars on a bus from an HBCU, Lacrossing Georgia. And this is also new. I just wrote this a couple days ago. It's called Taliban. The Taliban's on the rise. The Taliban's on the rise. Walking round you in disguise. The Taliban's on the rise. The Taliban's on the court. The Taliban's on the court. They dropped a bomb of last resort. The Taliban's on the court. The Taliban takes the floor, crashing through the door, shouting like fools at the school board. The Taliban's in the Congress. The Taliban's in the Congress. twisted rants of arrogance, the Taliban's in the Congress. The Taliban's in your panties. The Taliban's in your panties. Wear a burqa, nothing fancy. The Taliban's in your panties. The Taliban takes the floor, crashing through the door, shouting like fools at the school board. The Taliban's in the churches. The Taliban's in the churches. An orange bull for them to worship. The Taliban's in the churches. The Taliban's on the rise, walking in disguise. The Taliban's on the rise, on the rise.
Ooh, you didn't have to leave us like that on that note. Everybody unmute yourselves.
Really great, Joski.
Joski.
Great
Oh,
message.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Joski,
Just
that's
brilliant.
wonderful.
Way to go, Joski.
Dope, man.
Thank you all so much.
Spectacular, spectacular work. Again, always making sure we are paying attention in the room and utilizing our art to also give light to issues and people who may not have a platform to speak on what's important to many of us. So thank you. Thank you for using your poetry as protest on this evening. All right. Yes, we do it all in here. We're going to sing to you, right? We're going to encourage you. We're going to challenge you, right? We're going to educate you. All of that, right? We learn from each other. Speaking of learning from each other and wonderful artists and creators, our next poet up is Vail Larkin. Please unmute yourself.
Hi,
Hi, welcome back.
you too. Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love what you're doing with this night. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Ecstatic rituals. There has always been a rhythm to the life and flow of us, of our arms out, our legs kicking. There has always been the beat. There has always been the rhythm of the earth breathing, of the trees breathing, of the light and the mystery breathing, and the life. We step so carefully now, like too much weight will break the soil and send us diving core-bound, crushed. A firm foundation gives the illusion of permanence, folly in our shifting existence. How our bodies call us to wringing away our hard, even lines into bends, twists, and shapes out of daydreams all moving at once. There's a sound to the rhythm of the beat of the beyond, and the beyond is all of us. We're all breaking the boundaries set by our fear. We're unleashing, and this is the way of the dance. Music is the way we speak into the deep pools, sparkle in the spot, staggering scintillation, and the way we break bodies into beats, notes, and soul. We are everywhere the music flows. We show ways to the waves, to the world out beyond, where we give up our chains for unmaking. Bring in the night soaked in rich darkness and lights in the air. Like night made concrete, like light that takes up space. The air so charged it glows in the soft warm cacophony of the sound around us made matter, made mortal. Rising from the dark like revelation, and carrying our hearts up so even the peak of the grief of each fade into change makes us weep, makes us sing, and dancing we spin. Here we hold out our arms to the whole world, encompassing darkness, staggering light, and the mind to the body, to air, to the earth, and around the globe, spinning like a dancer as she kicks her hips to the beat of the bang, and the stars that sing and are spinning, and it's all one single motion in these moments. In time, you're in concert, you're inside, and there is nothing else. Inside all of us, there is nothing that doesn't belong.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Right on.
That was
Okay,
amazing. That was
super.
really good. I really liked
Beautifully
that.
read.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Just kidding. Thank you so much for coming back to us and bringing that beautiful work. The beyond is in all of us. What a message. Thank you for that. Oof. I'm gonna have to chew on that. Listen, if that was a lot for you and you said, woo, I gotta get every piece of that, don't fret. We're recording this. You can always revisit it on YouTube or Facebook, and make sure you do, because I know I'm gonna have to go back and get a whole bunch of more of them bars and take them with me through my Friday so they can carry me, so I can be reminded of what's already in my spirit, right? That is what the poetry is for. Thank you, Vail. I see you put your information in the chat for the folks. Please go and give her a follow. Get your life together, as we say back in, the neighborhood, if you will. Okay. So next up in the neighborhood. Oh, 1 second before we get to the neighborhood, Aisha in the chat asks, how does one sign up to perform? Excellent question. First of all, I went ahead and threw you on a good luck round because I feel like we need to hear what you have to say. Okay. So you're already taken care of. But next week, if you would like to get on the guaranteed list, what you have to do, what any of you would have to do, is sign up 24 hours ahead of time. What does that mean? If you want to be on the guaranteed list on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, then you're going to follow up with the newyorekan.org at when? Wednesday night. That's right, 9 p.m. Eastern. You're going to go to the calendar. You're going to go to the date in question, always a Thursday night at 9 p.m. And you're going to hit that 9 p.m. slot. And what you have to do is pick an artist ticket, okay? I know it's a lot of steps. I'm going to put them in the chat. And if you follow me at It's Ray Jane, that's ITSRAYJANE, every Wednesday night, I post the instructions in my story and also on my page. So come on and follow me and get on here, because there's space for you and we need you. Okay. So speaking of who we need next, let me see who's up. Ooh, more singing. I told you we're going to serenade you tonight. And we're going to do it all the way from California, love. All right. We're going to unmute our Bill Elkins. How you doing, Bill?
How are you, Ray Jane? Greetings from Long Beach.
Greetings, Earthlings. Greetings. All right.
And I agree. You're doing a super job. I really appreciate your approach and style, and it's been wonderful. Okay, I'd like to do an original. I've played it before, but it's one I haven't played in a while. It's entitled Eva Pavinska. It's about a past relationship from somebody who was born and raised in Poland, actually from Krakow, and I met her in Berkeley, and this was a few years ago. But anyway, she was a wonderful person, still is, but we've gone our separate ways years ago. Here we go, Eva Pavinska. Baltic Sea eyes, golden hair. She's my Venus from Krakow. mystic dancer, my exotic tightrope walker. She makes me naked with her luminosity. Precious angel, my existential muse. She awakens me from my indifference. Yeah, she does. Oh, cosmic child, my bohemian lover. She vanquishes my demons with her body and her mind. Eva Pavinska, you rescued me. Your intrinsic beauty you let me see. I guess we're as close as two can be. Our love will be forevermore. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I need you. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I love you. Blue, white, red, double life of Vail Larkin. We talked about these films when we first met. Yes, we did. I remember how we first looked at each other and somehow knew we'd be together. We walked along Berkeley Marina, looking out at San Francisco Bay. We stopped to hold each other as the fog rushed in overhead, and I whispered in Eva's ears that I loved her. Eva Pavinska, you rescued me. Your intrinsic beauty you let me see. I guess we're as close as two can be. Our love will be forevermore. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I need you. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I love you. Eva Pavinska, you rescued me. Your intrinsic beauty you let me see. We're as close as two can be. Our love will be forevermore. La la la, la la la. La la la, la la la. La la la, la la la. Eva Pavinska, I love you. Thank you, everybody.
Everybody, unmute yourself.
That was great.
Truly lovely.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Another great love song, bro. Great.
That's right. That's right. We said we're gonna serenade you. I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. All right, Bill. Thank you, for the sweet words, and it was just delightful. I don't know about y'all. It just made me feel kind of light and airy, which is nice because sometimes the week can get heavy. I don't know. Am I talking to myself? I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know. But just in case any of the rest of you feel like that, you are not alone. Okay. So speaking of not being alone and amongst friends and talented ones at that. The next person up is Casey. Unmute yourself.
Hey, Ray Jane.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling great. Glad to see you here.
I know that was so like calming. So this poem that I wrote is called I Think I Own the Sky Now. It was a prompt given to me by a friend. And it goes like this. I think I own the sky now. Her dark nights, lacking of stars or northern lights, belong to my sadness and emptiness. But her sunshine and ocean blue skies, they belong to the days I feel I can conquer the world. Maybe one day I'll own that too. The purple and pink paradise of sunset worship me and whisk me off to bed. Her starry night fills my head with dreams of art and poetry. How could she not be mine? Every day she awakens the sun for me. Every night the moon waits for me in my bed so that he may carry me to sleep. I watch her bring me shooting stars so that I may make wishes upon them or love under them. You may think me bold or arrogant for calling the sky we share mine, but she is my most consistent friend and devoted lover. Who else has painted a new horizon for me each day, or listened to each of my cries, or when I've howled at the moon? I think I own the sky now, in the way a silhouetted tree owns the sunset, or the moon owns the night. It is divine and destiny that life's only consistency should be mine. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Hold on, let me let the rest of them
Thank
tell
you.
you. Unmute. Yeah.
Yes, it
Right on,
was
Casey.
powerfully
That was great.
beautiful.
That was
Oh,
really
that
beautiful.
That was
That was
overwhelming.
soft
Yeah.
music
beautiful.
on a beautiful day.
Mm.
What I say? I told you I wasn't lying to you. It was beautiful. Thank you for that. The images in that were just spectacular. Thank you for always sharing something that makes us feel, I feel connected to that piece. So thank you. Appreciate that. What I told y'all she was talented. I mean, y'all like the surprise. I already gave y'all forewarning, you know what I mean? But anyway. Anywho, but we gonna move on, okay? Oh, Fist of Cups. If you don't know who Fist of Cups is, Abraham, please unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing today?
How are you? Abe in the building, as they said in the chat. And also, just in case y'all don't know, he is a photographer. So I know a lot of us have headshots and things that we need to do artistically. So, just in case you can't hear me, I'm gonna get closer. Follow Abe.
Yeah, you can follow me at I'm on IG at fists_2_cups, photographer, motorcyclist, poet, and this is something I've been kind of working on. I'm actually still really raw, the newest of shit. And this is a poem. It's called Letters to Fredo. Let's get that spacing in here a little bit. All right, here we go. For me, looking at you was like looking into a funhouse mirror. My torso and limbs would stretch and bend to a light my younger, know-nothing self shined upon you, then reflecting back onto me an image of what a possible older version of me could be. With this here baby face of mine, we were 16 years apart, and we shared the same face. We shared the same cocoa brown skin, laughter, and grin. We were siblings. born under born under a different moon sign, separated by time and by the whipping winds of decisions that had nothing to do with us. In you, I trust. But inside of you, there was turmoil, thick as oil, a silent clashing of love and loathing, pooling into the darkest spaces of your imagination. Over time, fermentation, pouring this manifestation into contorted glasses and calling it masculine, which despite your best efforts didn't mean much. Because in the eyes of a child who only saw the pain in the eyes of a drunk, I'm sorry our father left your mother. I'm sorry your mother didn't love you as she should have. And I think back when I see my reflection as I saw it onto you, I now wonder and I ask myself what it was when you saw back at me. And would he have to have whiskey to keep you honest? End poem.
Ooh, the newest shit, fire though. I'm
Powerful.
So good to hear you again,
Boom.
Aiden.
Yeah. Talk about
Oh,
power. Yeah.
hey,
But it's
good
still
to
so
hear
hard.
you, man.
Yeah.
Welcome back, homie. Always good to hear you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yes, well loved in the room. Photographer, motorcyclist, poet. Yes, yes. Lee Wind quoted you there. Shout out to California. Shout out to Lee Wind for quoting you. Y'all follow him. That was beautiful. Thank you for talking about that. You know, a lot of times, you know, folks don't want to talk about how family is an imperfect thing, right? A conglomeration of imperfect beings trying to navigate each other amongst all our crap, right? So I appreciate you for talking about it, letting it all hang out, because that's what we do here. So we hope to see you again, man. Well, I know where I'm going to see you, though. I know where I'm going to see you. I know where I'm going to see you. Would you guys like to know where I'm going to see Abe? Or, you know, many of the folks in the room? Well, like we said, the New Eurekan, you can find anything and everything going on at every time. And we have special events that happen and are hosted by our wonderful hosts that have taught us how to do what we do. One of them being Advocate of Words, who is also the host of the Monday night online open mic, which happens at 8 p.m. Eastern. So same kind of rules. If you'd like to get on Monday night, 24 hours before Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern at theneweurekan.org, if you'd like to get on with Advocate. He's doing a lot for the community right now. If you don't know him, find him, Advocate of Words. Z is the last letter on that for poetic license. He is also hosting Let's Write a Poetry Book, which is a self-publishing and writing workshop. So if you have a bunch of pieces and you never thought yourself to be an author, and you got amongst people who pushed you to dream a little bit further, a little bit harder for yourself, which we will, if you didn't know, up in here, okay, including publishing. But you don't know how to do it, you don't know where to start, come find us. Come find us, we're here. And if you just want to party while you hear some dope lyrics, some dope poetry, some singing in person, you happen to be in NYC on Saturday, that's this Saturday on May 14th. We are having the hybrid show. That means half of the poets are going to be online in the boxes and half of the poets will be in person. That's right, touching those Miguel Algarin blessed walls we have in the New Eurekan Poets Cafe itself. And then the party don't stop, because it won't stop, okay? And who keeps the party going? Just the same guy who keeps it going in this room. That's Paul Conqueso. He'll be on a little bit later to tell you about his part of the party. So y'all, you know, buckle up, stay a while, you know, pull up a chair, pull up your pens, write something, go crazy. I don't know. We love it all here, okay? So there's plenty to do every single day of the week. NewEurekan.org if you get curious, okay? So in the meantime, in between time, next person up is, this is always a excellent treat for us. Ike, can you please unmute yourself?
Oh, thank you, Ray Jane.
You're welcome.
And I do appreciate you all. Sanctus Picasso. In 2004, the San Francisco Chronicle wrote, "Why haven't we made our war paintings, written our war poetry?" The same year, when the San Francisco Chronicle refused to publish exhibitions containing political art. Fernando Botero, the Colombian painter, was finally allowed to show his Iraqi Abu Ghraib war paintings in America, first at the Marlborough Gallery in New York, and finally in Berkeley, California, at the Doe Library for Latin American Studies. San Francisco Chronicle kind of downplayed the event. I overheard a group of young ladies calling Botero an opportunist, whilst Sheila, my wife, and I were called opportunists by a professor at the San Francisco Art Institute when we had a political show in San Francisco 2004 called Outrage. Well, we had 2,500 visitors and the FBI in 3 weeks. That same year, the Santa Cruz Museum of Art and History invited us to a public art lecture on the relevance of today's political engaged art. They called it human conditions or the art of engagement. Good intellectual title though, but really implying artists don't dare politics unless you are considered dead. 18 years later, I asked the same relevant question as artists cried out in a firestorm against the Trump administration, racism, and injustice. The question remains, what is the role of literature, visual arts, and drama shaping our future? And then, how do we grow artists when institutions are not reliable? When schools treat art as playtime and public museums of art, now community centers, conveniently forget the critical challenge to critically challenge young minds. Picasso said, "Let us not forget that art is commodity, bought mainly by wealthy people. Why do we who do not want to be reminded of the existence of an unjust world? Art shouting political accusations is unlikely to be featured in museum shows, sponsored by corporations and public funding, or be purchased to decorate fancy apartments. It requires courage and the willingness to take risks to make political art in our culture." Bertolt Brecht. Art is not a mirror held up to reality, but a hammer with which to shape it. William Carlos Williams. It is difficult to get the news from poems, yet men die miserably every day for lack of what is found there. And now my poem. Sanctus Picasso. Leaning back in my alarming chair, dim is the light and atmosphere. Hush, the professor rules, hush. Guernica, we are so in awe in the womb of a public-funded museum of art, sugar-coated anecdotes implying that the professor was actually there. Hush, we paid to see, we paid to listen, we paid to be in euphoria about them of yesterday. Hush, hush, the political potential of art. Hush, in the public-funded museum of art, the tolerable yesterday needfully selected, displayed, and collected. Sanctus, sanctus for the fine Picasso, hinting that we are indeed in denial, imposing that true political art is yesterday. Long live Picasso. Yet it was Botero who demonstrated to us that deep-rooted irony, that truth is our democratic demise, telling us that today's to say is merely opportune. Hush, in a public funded museum of art. Buried political artists are sellable artists. Yesterday's courage was so darling, so beautiful. Showcase architecture, soaked with heroic fairy tale. Memory lane is antique roadshow, collectible value. Dead artists need no money, they say. Hush, ends the dialogue of to say. Exceptionalism's lifeline to be contained, either assassinated or cunningly restrained into the ignorance of merely activism. Hush. Sing a little lullaby, be patriotic, hush and deny, hush, hush, and hope to become selected museum quality of a yesteryear say, hush. Brother, sister, guns will always kill at will. Hush and obey. Be fearless artist. Ignorance will incarcerate. The last breath of democracy. Your longing for truth, your search, your dream, now fake. Yes, your blood may boil. Mission accomplished. And that on our soil? Defend the Ferens flanking the land of the free, and Humpty Dumpty is riding on his Mexican wall he built for us so extra tall. A Babylonian fall, so will we all. A dog eats dog, and all against all. What a show, however freak, the founders turn in their beds. Call foul, it's not what we wanted, they shriek. Oh yes, Castro was a dictator. Go to Wikipedia and read about the ruthless Batista. Our corrupt interest drowned in short memories, corruption legalized, and that in our free and brave USA? Apparently, our president did say there's nothing more important than fracking and the price of a barrel of stinking crude oil. I hate history as it repeats itself. History teaches the future, so they say. Its students sleep peacefully in love with their mind-numbing devices. Herr Professor, wake up. Enjoy your day inside a Harvard-embossed coffee mug. Do relish a comfy day, I say. Relax, dance, and fancy einen guten Tag. Hush. And remember, John F. Kennedy said, if more politicians knew poetry, and more poets knew politics, I'm convinced the world would be a better place in which to live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ike. Thank you. Beautiful piece, man. Beautiful piece. Political engaged arts, right? That's where it's at. What does your art do? Is it just there? Is it just pretty on the page, in the ears? Does it move people? Does it change the world? Does it connect anyone? Right? I thank you so much for your piece, for reminding us of what we need to do, what we need to be mindful of, and just keeping that in mind. There's a lot of things out there that are happening. Please pay attention. Roe versus Wade is happening. Please pay attention. 51 Republican senators voted against the interests of women and their bodies. Please pay attention. They're killing journalists who are telling the stories. Please pay attention. Okay? So thank you again, Ike, for allowing us. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So next up is Generalissimo. Where are you? Are you here? I don't think he's here. All right. Well, if he jumps back in, we will have him on. In the meantime, in between time, we will go to Ed Foreman. Please unmute yourself, Ed.
Sure.
Go for it.
Hello. How's everyone's Thursday night? I hope everyone's having such a delight. The poetry and its worldly frights. Thank you for making my night. All right, my name is Ed, fireman. Hope everyone gave me so many hands so I can burn these boring yet pale lands. All right. I have a poem, but this is gonna have mommy and daddy language on many different stages. Not recommend for each ages. So please enjoy my erotic pages. All right. This is called Raging Sexual Inferno. Come, my flawless beauty, I don't bite much. It's my raw duty. Let me make both your lips hush. I touch you, my flower. You were so sweaty and moist. You felt my deep sexual power. I didn't hear your voice. Our heart exploded and rejoiced. My illustration will take you to places beyond. The inner melody will burn your soul. I'm here to explode your cherry bomb. You'll be satisfied. You'll be begging me to fold. Esteeming this erotic retreat, I saw the curls in hands and feet. We tangled beneath your sheets. We bask in the scorching heat. We abandoned all reason. We were butt naked and alive. You were two colliding suns. You repeatedly fate, then revive. You started kissing me. Your mouth tasted so sweet. You swayed and moved as a sea. You never admit defeat. We drank the heat from our lust. It was God, I'm out of breath. Thoughts turned to dust. Can't think while I squeeze and suck your chest. Our clothes are everywhere, bra, panties, and boxers, dress and pants and shirts all around. Do you really think we care? No, we were too busy banging and making sounds. We're in deep, dirty ecstasy, matching move for move, blow for blow. It felt like you were absorbing me. I was lost in your burning glow. I started going low. Why do you look so surprised? You kept singing towards your pillow. Oh, you definitely won with your inner sunrise. You got back up, then gently pushed me. You grasped my holy sword. I started feeling so at ease. It's a feeling I couldn't put into words. You breathed life back into my tree. You started going on top. Requests I couldn't disagree. You lied and whispered, please don't stop. It was all or nothing. God, it was everything between. It was filthy, but it wasn't disgusting. Oh, believe me, we caused a scene. My hands grasped your hips. You danced without an end. I started pinching your nips. Your eyes and bodies quickly transcend. You shake, then drop, but got back up. You smiled and gave me a wink. You started to shake your rump. My heart instantly sank. I turned to a beast in heat. I dashed towards your behind. You bite your lips and quench your feet. Your orgasmic climax has arrived. I repeated the same moves and verse over again. We passed out permanent smiles. There goes an exhilarated weekend. Now it's time to be one with the soft, fluffy titles. Thank you.
Snap with the spiciness. All right, I'll give it some.
Get it, buddy.
Woo!
Oh, this is spiciness. It's so spicy.
Yeah, somebody say, okay, yes, exactly. You are igniting the beast up in here. And appreciate you and for how your art shows up in the space. So thank you for being yourself always. And if y'all didn't know, Ed is good for a wonderful poem. Send him a line and he'll be rhyming with you. Lift your spirits for time to time. And he's also the plug, okay? Ed goes to all the stuff. So if you're looking for a good workshop, if you're looking for a great open mic, somewhere else to go and share, please go follow Ed so y'all can connect, because that's kind of what we do here, you know? All right, speaking of connecting, let's connect with Xanadu. We're going to ask you to unmute.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Xanadu.
Yeah, I had some time to read something about Puerto Rico, and I'm understood that Puerto Rico only has reduced voting rights.
That's right. That's right. So you do have some time. You got 3 minutes. That's
yeah, okay. So I had my full name, Kazantzakis, it is today. Kazantzakis is the most famous Greek poet. So I will read something from him, and then from the Minoan civilization, Crete is famous for. So, and it's called Similar Topics, matching historical values with our values. And the quote from Kazantzakis is about poetry. Life is what inspiration is to a poem. Words obstruct the flow of inspiration, but nevertheless they express it as best they can. And then one of the poetical portrait of one of the famous murals or frescoes in Knossos in Crete, yeah, called Charging Bull. Yeah, and we can connect to this time by saying that actually we should regret animal suffering. Yeah, and we should try flexitarianism for a start, because you can well, I will describe. Maybe you will see that there is some cruelty going on to this bull, a kind of bullfight, covered up high to top of staircase behind the 3-pillar veranda. A red bull as red as earth, like revenge of hills and earth. It seems to attack next to a green olive tree that stands up and out like a golden yellow horns, laying down like pointing forwards in Waverly curve, in hilly red landscape, red to bluish cloudless sky, in gray horseshoes and blinded eyes. It runs forwards emotionally, uncontrollably, rude and rough like nature might be turned into malice like storms, tempests, volcanic eruptions as from Terra, earthquakes, on mysteriously decorated fonts of grayly rimmed kinds of fruits, if not orthodox depiction of rocks. Olive tree is like a trunk blooming, largest twigs against branches winding up in foliages, and the shape of the hills remind camel's bump. Museum relief fresco even shows more details than tongue laying in its open mouth, yeah, depicting emotions in a naturalistic tray, yeah, which the contribution of Greece to art history in those days. And then I also found such a bull standing in the Wall Street, so in New York, I guess, with and without ballerinas atop. It may precede the Modica symbolism of both Wall Street and its protests, as well as Exodus, Golden Calf, Het Kadel, or the Sin of the Calf. Yeah, so there was poetical portrayal of Charging Bull, 1500 to 1370 before Christ, fresco in Knossos, and also how it revives today in Wall Street. If there's some more time, I can read another poem. But okay, I guess this could be dedicated to flexi-vegetarianism.
So Xanadu, actually, you're right up on your 3 minutes, my darling.
Yeah, okay. So give it up for flexi-vegetarianism. That wants to say, don't eat meat every day.
There we go. That's a great message. Thank you so much, Xanadu. Please put your information in the chat so the folks can follow you. We thank you so
okay,
much.
I will do so. Yeah,
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
and best wishes to La Bruya.
Oh, yes, we will let her know. You know, she watches this, so I'm sure she'll be able
okay. Mm-hmm.
to get your love. Thank you for sharing with us. You always teach us something. Every time you come on, you bring us some art appreciation, usually from somewhere that we're not. So thank you so much for adding that to the space. We appreciate you. Please put your information in the chat so the folks can find you. Next up, we have D. Allen. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Chris, could you let me use the share screen feature, please?
I think he just hooked you up. You got it. Go for it.
Out front. I am grateful foe. The arch roof above my head, the twin rafters with the twin lights holding it in place, the faux walls surrounding me, the 2 windows with the 2 Venetian blinds down and shut at all times, the red brick flow below my feet, the wooden shelves full of books and movies, the VHS bottom shelves and the DVDs and clear totes, the Keatsa mattress I sleep on, the melatonin that helps me sleep, the vegan food in the fridge, a meat-free zone, the fruit and vegetable juices I savor, the filtered water I drink moat and tap shit, the hardcover journal notebooks and roller point pens I use to express myself, the shower I use, even though I'm a bathtub man, the Hewlett-Packard laptop computer aiding creation of the once and future poetry volumes, the Samsung TV and VCR DVD player combo, the little house in East Oakland, California, I call home, the vast collection of political slogan t-shirts. I wear the convictions of my heart on my chest. Sometimes antisocial, always anti-racist remains a personal favorite, but being Black is not a crime, gets me the most love on the street. But most of all, I am grateful for the bus drivers, the firefighters, the restaurant delivery drivers, the subway train conductors, the laundrette clerks, the grocery store workers, the farmers market workers, which I happen to be one. The doctors, the nurses, the paramedics, the pharmacy workers, the protesters for the rights of all Black lives, the dead and the living, the mutual aid collectives giving food, water, medicine, and household items to the people living hand to mouth during this goddamn pandemic and long before. All the heroes out front in our service, seeing to our immediate survival needs. They could use the praise. And you don't need superpowers to be a hero. Just be there out front for us. That was called Out Front for Jennifer A. Minotti, editor of the online Lit Mag, Journal of Expressive Writing, from my 6th book, Rusty Gallows, Passages Against Hate. From this mic to your ears, I'm D. Allen. Thanks for listening.
D. Allen! D. Allen is dope all the time. Big up D. Allen, man. Check that cat out. Give him a follow. D. Allen's dope. For real.
That was dope.
Just kidding, y'all. You know I gotta check on y'all every now and then, make sure I ain't still awake. You know what I'm saying? So I was just bigging up D. Allen and thanking him for being in the room with us and sharing our screen and showing us. Sometimes it's good to see what the art looks like on the page. Sometimes we don't do that so much here, but we're glad to do it. Expand what art looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. So you can find yourself here, right? However you show up with your art. So we thank you for coming through and blessing us. One blessing to the next. Oh, yes. Next up is Gustav. Please unmute yourself. Welcome.
Hey, Ray Jane, it's Gustav. Cheers.
Pardon
All
me.
right, I have 2 pieces tonight. I'm delighted to be with you. You rock as a hostess. Here we go. If men could get pregnant, abortion would be a religious sacrament. You would be able to get the morning after pill at 7-Eleven in Cool Ranch and flaming hot flavors. This is not about protecting life. It is about controlling women. If they cared about life, they would vote to feed children. They would vote to house them. They would vote to give them health insurance. They would vote to educate them, but they don't. They are not pro-life. They are just forcing women to give birth, and that is cruel and unusual in the extreme. Women are not domestic infant suppliers, you medieval monsters. I urge all of you to stand for women's bodily autonomy and vote in November as if your rights depend on it, because they do. Thank you. This is an old one. It's called The Gaian Epiphany. I've just had an epiphany. It's all become clear like cut glass crystal from Tiffany that all of this, all we see, we're an organism, interplanetary. God, we're Gaia, we're chaos born. We're not some womb from which we're torn, but rather we're one single entity, one world of infinite diversity. E pluribus unum is one way to put it. And until you see it, your third eye's hooded from the beauty of this revelation, for you must see the implication. Sex, race, religion, these are artificial memes. And by dividing, we've conquered our own higher dreams of evolving into the Gaia mind, or you're willfully choosing to be blind. Then you devolve to become what you believe. Outside this whole as you perceive, a parasite on this earth, our host, you always hurt what you love the most, and Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost are patriarchy's highest toast, and monotheism's predicted a disaster. But our destiny we can master, and our higher minds illuminate that ours is Gaia's fate, and the tree of life you must not kill. Love and do what thou will. As above, so below. Love your mother. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Thank you.
Ooh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Unmute.
Yes,
Little
thank
girl
you.
with the heat on them.
Yes.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Heaven's
Oh,
sake.
That was
Yes.
Yeah.
About time.
Okay, about time. I think Denise said that. About time. Gusto, excuse me. With the gusto. I think Paul Conquesto said that. I like that. I'll never forget that. And that's so appropriate. With the gusto. Came out the gate with the realness. And then just dropped some more gems on us. Just for kicks. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for adding to this space. We love to have you here. And also, thank you for correcting me. If I get your name wrong in this box, let me know. I always say your name is your first home. So don't let me get your address all jacked up, okay? Let me know. I have no problem with that, right? We have to be humble enough to be corrected or we won't learn, right? So thank you. And thank you for that fire, because we needed that too. We needed that all the way, always slinging that fire for us. All right, woof. Oh my goodness, let me catch my breath. Okay. Next person up was supposed to be Patrice, but I don't see Patrice in the room. So we are going to move right along to our brother across the seas. That's over there in India, bringing us that good love. Unmatched, please unmute yourself.
Hey, Region, Jane, nice to see you. Hello, everyone.
Greetings.
I am Unmesh Mohitkar on Facebook and Instagram. And I've got open mic, Let's Unmesh Live every Saturday, 11:30 a.m. New York time. Okay, I will just read a poem, I think, which I read long back on Neo. Here we go. Being tough, the only way he knows. Being tough, the only way he knows to survive. Nobody knows innumerable deaths he died. Nobody knows innumerable deaths he died. That was the first one. Second one, entrust your life in the hands of leaders, and you stop trusting anyone. And you stop trusting anyone. That was the second one. And there is one more short one. Colors of rainbow insufficient to paint the flavors of life. Sometimes death is life. Life is living hell. Love is broken. Hate is golden. Live is to survive. Death is sacrifice. Freedom is entanglement. Entanglement is path to enlightenment. Mosaic of feelings, montage of experiences. Learned men try to find meaning of life. What is the meaning of stars shining or moon hiding behind the clouds? Lovers falling in love without speaking a word. Few things worthless like life. Create a world that is priceless. You jump on the bandwagon, or the bandwagon will drag you till your music stops, or the bandwagon will drag you till your music stops. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, man. Oh, hold on. Let me unmute. Excuse me. Go on, y'all.
Yeah, let's unmute for a Unmesh.
Yes,
It's
yes,
wonderful.
Yeah. Love your delivery, man.
Rock, man.
Always.
Goodness. Yes, you deserve all of that and more. Please put your information in the chat. Please, if you haven't had a chance to experience his open mic, treat yourself. It is so wonderful to see how poetry looks across the world, how art looks across the world, and to come to a place that's really, one of those havens, those beacons of light that people come to from everywhere. So when we tell you to really follow people, we're not just saying that because we're nice, but we are. But aside to that, it's also because we've experienced these spaces ourselves, so we can speak from a place of understanding and appreciation. So we appreciate you, Umesh, for everything that you have to say, for your delivery, for how you show up, and the space that you create for others. You don't have to do that, right? But you do it anyway. And you do it every week, just about. That's impressive. Okay, it's a lot of work up here, y'all. I'm just saying. So speaking of, somebody's going to help take off some of this work because they're going to be fantastic all on their own, right? That's right. Next up, it's supposed to be Karthik, but he's not here. He'll be here next time. This time, it's going to be Tabitha. Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Ray J, thank you for the space.
You're welcome, boo. You're welcome.
And congratulations. God bless. So I'm gonna rock out with a new piece. I'm trying to get back to God. Not that I stray, but so this is my conversation with Adam and Eve. If I was Eve, it's real brief, and I'm not sure if it's finished, but thank you for listening. I remember when I loved without the grips of handles. Barred from his side, I can no longer hold. Has traveled me. This ride, I hope to one day settle in a place where true story is told. It is not his order that I fail to respect, but the gift in which he thinks he can receive it. In a time of which only I have fallen guilty in this home, it is in your strength that you have not found me. It is he who throws the blame of a seed he has planted, and I, the hand who was easily fooled by pretty things, but of a thing who touched bottom first. It is said that you have built us a home on parted grounds. And the least we say we have parted equally, but of blame you has launched on the center of your speaking has said otherwise. And now it remains the part that defines us. In a place of love you have not spoken, allowing me to battle the face of our children. Books have now aged, but of this blame I can never part. And peace, guys.
Oh, yes. Unmute, please. Give her some love.
Yeah. That's
cooking with Crisco.
Right on.
Yeah, that's cooking with Crisco.
That's
For real.
dope.
Yeah.
Dopeness.
Flip it a couple more times. And it's
Woo! Yes, look at you, busting the room. You got the room like hot grease. Okay, I know I heard somebody say something about them cooking grease. I know that I might be hungry, but either way, thank you so much for that piece. It was short and powerful. I love the premise, having that conversation, right? Aren't we always having the same conversation since the beginning of time anyhow, right? I hear that. Please put your information in the chat because I'm also trying to tag you because, throw a little bit of that for the internets because they need to see it. Yeah, I hope you're not shy. That's okay. If you are, we're going to love on you anyway because that's what we do. So moving along. Oh, snap. I told y'all the energy is about to get up in the room. It's about to be storm a little bit. It might get a little dim. Don't be worried. Don't be worried. It's a cloud of good rain, good showers. You know, water is replenishing. Okay. Speaking of water, well, really of cheese. Pork con queso. Please unmute yourself.
They both flow.
You know what I'm
They both
saying?
flow.
That's right. When they're good. You know, when the
Yeah,
cheese is
when it's
melted.
good.
I got it.
What's good, sis? You are holding down the spot and the energy. You know, big boss lady vibes yourself. Much love to Dr. Storm Goddess Ray Jane herself. I'm gonna see you on Saturday.
You gonna see who on? You know you gonna see me.
Let's go. Yeah. So public service announcement for those not fully aware. This Saturday is the hybrid show and the karaoke after party. Hybrid starts at 7 p.m. You can get your tickets online starting now, and also sign up if you want to be an online performer. If you want to come to the cafe in person, make sure you're there before 7 p.m. because you want to sign up, get online so you can possibly hold down a spot on the New York stage, and then stay because at 9:30 we're kicking off the karaoke after party, which I'm hosting, produced by myself, RMT Ron Mark Thompson, and Maddie Marroquin, our hype engineer. So yeah, please come through. It's going to be a vibe. Tickets on for the Zoom exclusive link. They're only $5 if you want to buy your Zoom tickets. In person, if you pay for hybrid, karaoke is free. So yeah, that's the way it goes. So yes, come through. Before I start my piece, Storm Gods in the motherfucking building, Storm Force, Storm Family, Men Who Heal, Sound from the Underground, and Jersey repping. My brother Abe, can't wait to see you Saturday too, man. So I'm gonna read a shorter piece that I wrote at one of Finn Bell's workshops, because I have like a piece, but it's probably like 5 or 6 minutes. I'm not trying to absorb all the energy in the room. I want to get to the good luck round. So I'm learning my lessons, you know, and applying my more epic shit when necessary. But I wrote this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I edited it to fit, you know, the dystopian times we're in. So this is called Boyo of the Sea. It ain't fishy, but it is suspicious to say this unctuous scent is just one of the many that inverse amnesias me. That we are all merely briny byproducts of sea, that we, the primordial goop, once grew from the tiniest molecule cesspooled upon shores after our ancestral parentage, big banged us into existence. Yes, Madre Atabe and Father Time definitely fucked at one point in order to make us all children of the atom. On eves of creation, cadence of satyr, sadists, and pagan worshippers gave birth to myths and other celestial gifts as the god of wine Dionysus finds us spent in the garden again upon the auspicious eve of these most unholy of unions. To the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the bride, to the bride, to the bride, from your children who are always by your side. By your side, to your union, to the union, to the revolution, in the hope that you provide, may you always be satisfied. But time is the one thing we can't rewind, can't divide, can't defy. No matter how hard we try, this fickle mistress keeps her stride, counting steps like kilocalories. And my consumed nature to have to keep abreast, breaststrokes, backstroke, left stroke, death stroke, tongue all down the throat of this serpentine pitchfork, humanity's architecturing. Perhaps had we kept to the shore, to the line, to the coast, and hadn't been tempted to colonize bodies, lands, cultures, others, tribes, we might just be satisfied, find ourselves a tad bit closer to the cradle of all life instead of having to make our bed in whitewashed sheets of history, shipwrecked into this watery grave we find ourselves in, cadavers left after one of the myriad rapes Poseidon and Zeus partake in as they shape-shift to a satyr, eagle, dolphin, bull, husband, perhaps a Supreme Court justice, just to force fit their organ of patriarchy into our mothers while we're left with naught to do but watching. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not much of a voyeur. So my default is to play the part of Tyrion Lannister and making sure our fathers know we won't take their shit and showing them the only end for a tyrant's patricide, and just so these terrorist despots know none of us are going out without a fight. Thank you for the space.
Ooh, yes, bun it up. Ask to unmute everybody.
Fuck yeah, Paul.
That dude's not human. He never he misses.
I like your stuff.
Oh, you smashed that shit, yo.
I like all your stuff.
Ooh, you you got them all hype. Look at them. They can't even stay in their boxes. Oh my God. People are missing eyebrows. It's crazy right now. Yo, fire as usual. I told y'all. Y'all think I'm making stuff up. I be thinking, oh, Tanisha wants to get on the good luck round. Of course you can get on the good luck round. You gonna close us out, in fact, just in case you wanted to know. Thank you, Paul, for hooking it up as always. Again, y'all can catch him in person on Saturday, 9:30 p.m. That's right. Go to the neweurekan.org. Get your ticket. Don't get left outside. Okay? We won't leave you out there, but I'm just saying, just be responsible. Get your ticket first. Is all I'm saying, But anyway, speaking of being responsible, let's get back to the show, guys. All right. So who is up? Oh, it's the good luck round. It's the good luck round. It's the good luck round. I'm gonna work on something. We're gonna have a little song. We're gonna have a little ditty. I see y'all giving me a little snake action. I appreciate y'all. All right, first person who is up in the good luck round. Oof. Man alive. Y'all, please just prepare yourselves because it's about to be some fire up in here, okay? And Goma, please unmute yourself. OG, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
Ooh, what's up?
Ray Jane. How y'all doing?
We good. How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see all of y'all,
Man, it's good to see you. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
All right, so this is a poem that's in the anthology Reimagine America that was recently released. It's called An Anthology for the Future. And the poem I'm going to read out of it, I'm going to dedicate it to the Ukraine tonight. And the poem is called Today is the Tomorrow We Were Looking For Yesterday. Today is the tomorrow we were looking for yesterday. 1984 on roids. Behold a pale horse on oxy. This sure ain't Wonderland, Alice. Little orphan Annie lives in Tent City underneath the rail yard down by the tracks. Even white folk got problems. Poverty is colorblind. Only on Fox 5 is the economy booming as vampires suck blood for oil and use your children as cannon fodder. War is endless and profitable, and we've started wars on lives before. What makes it different this time? When were we never at war? 9/11 was an inside job. Why not have a day when the misleaders call for battle and everyone stays at home? Tell your children combat is deadly and perilous to your health. Paint protest signs on the walls of your consciousness. Remember, the military is an industrial complex, but it's not too complex to see. The chicken hawks only send our kids to fight their conquests. Do you think 1 million people rallying in Banneker City could snatch the Yardbirds out of the palace? Is there a law that would actually make them read the Constitution? This is the state of emergency poets told you about. I would continue with this catastrophe, but it's just too much to Twitter.
Oh, unmute. I know y'all want to go crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
OG. Yes. OG for oh good.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh good, okay. All of that. All the O's and the letters that come next. Because that was fire. But then again, I told you. I told y'all. Y'all follow Igoma, okay? He's in a lot of spaces. He's already laid the foundation for what we're doing now. Him and artists like him creating space for us to say our thing, how it is, without any chasers, without any, warnings, just what it is. Because most of us have to deal with what's real without any warnings anyhow, right? So thank you for bringing the truth into the room as always. All right, speaking of the truth, speaking of the storm, speaking of the movers, of the energy, of the vibration, of the frequency in the room, in all rooms. Elemental, please unmute yourself.
What's good, Queen Thunder Lung? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Thunder Lung Thursdays. To all the poets who came before me and after, peace and blessings. I truly, truly, truly appreciate your energy. First and foremost, Storm Gods in the building, Storm Force in the building. Listen, if you're not plugged in with this queen over here, it's rayjane.com. Get your life straight up. You're missing out straight up. The queen has arrived for real. Pay homage for real. So this is something that I wrote for Monday. But this is for all the queens who do their thing. This is Guiding Lights. This is for every time the needle dropped on a songstress that helped write this tragic catastrophe called growing up in glorious shadows of incredible matriarchs that spark and rage inspiration that changes life in every way possible. This is only a glimpse of warrior women that spoke softly with voices reaching heaven, returning thunderous ovation, translation staples, singing many ripetons of fabric in fifth dimension timelines to Mariah Carey. Every heartbreak Mary J helped us heal. What's the 411 to your escape? Toward Diana Ross' supreme dream of being counted as Destiny's Child, swinging a sister sledgehammer to break every glass ceiling, leave shards reeling in kaleidoscopes of Mary Wells filled with Shaka Khan type spaces where angels Anita Baker every mic they choose to grace on Gladys nights where pips slip like bumped records but never miss a beat. This is withstanding the heat. Through fire and desire, reigning Tina Marie, see Patti LaBelle refresh cloudy skies and uncry these tears in name of change at the Toni Braxton of day. Always find a way to have the Betty Wright thing to say, to push you through your limits. Stay dedicated like water to sea to Alicia Keys, every lock that stands between you and best version of self. Lessons learned from Blige to beat odds to best odds of Jezebels and frauds and Jezebels and frauds and Jezebels and frauds that pretend to be down like Aaliyah, but TLC is strapped in tight to emotional roller coasters, so Vivian Green with it, but truth hurts in this Irene Cara of a Dionne Warwick. We all know by now a woman's work, falling in and out of love, every other red hot poet Donna Summer to disco these blues into Jill Scott or Badu, something new to medulla your oblongata into proper position to receive divine blessing, survived horrors of patriarchy, gave birth to conscious daughters, Floetry and Whitney, to Sade, this muse of life, and Mahalia Jackson, the brightest days. Get every bit of respect Aretha demanded and total satisfaction out of every moment pursuing your passion. These are just a few queens that brought light to every Latifah and Brat Tat Tat, that Roberta with that flack from miseducation to misdemeanor to boss. They are proof that you can take lemonade and make Beyonce a nourishing part of life. Peace, y'all.
Hell yeah, say all of that. Unmute.
Oh yeah, elemental.
Elemental.
Fucking
Yes,
like that. Roll of dice.
yes.
Of references.
Hot.
Beautiful stuff.
Goodness, I was like, wait, I know all of them. This is fantastic. Fantastic. You're a genius, man. You have so many fantastic things, and not only just things that we can jump onto, right? Not things that we can hold on to with memory, but also interesting things that make us want to get to the next memory, right? That's dope. That's an art. And we appreciate you showing us how you finesse your thing. Do your thing. Elemental, do your thing. Make sure y'all follow him and continue to be inspired. Next up, okay, I see you with the button down. Okay, Aisha, please unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for having me on. I just got this link and I'm so excited. I'm gonna be on here consistently, hopefully. But thank you so much. So this piece that I'm going to share is called Jungle. And you'll hear something that you probably might recognize from Furious 5 and Grandmaster Flash from The Message. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes you wonder how I keep from going under. But I'm here, peeping out behind machete thick, angry finger-like vegetation. Leaves covering cast shadows. I'm throwing hands like in fight to get through the brush. Thorns prick me, pinprick bleeds, but not enough for fatality. So I persist. My skin toughened like chameleon. I blend in, emotions camouflage amongst the vines, trees, and ferns. I refuse to go under. Quicksands beneath steps, I tread lightly, not wanting to disturb peace, afraid of what could be the end if I don't get out. Instincts of survival kick in, remembrance of strategy unfolds, use what you have, screams from within, so I reach. Latched on to familiar, nail-breaking and exhausting tries to get out and escape. Desperation overshadows pain, seem like forever, finally out of danger until Terry blinks clear to visuals of an outline unlike mine. 4 limbs and breath of carnal origins are within my proximity. I get small. Don't make eye contact. Don't make any sudden moves. Don't breathe. Purge what may be perceived as threat. I shrink within myself as creature closes in on me. Drool drips on my skin, eyes decrease to 2 as I squeeze mine shut. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I feel fiery hot sensation down my spine as he passes me by. I crawl on molded leaves and rotted fruit and their partakers on my knees. I squish maggots and such in my movements. I'm down on the jungle floor. Steam arises and bellows into fog. From above, monstera leaves form as hole-ridden umbrellas from which rain falls and seeps. I lie down, mouth open to quench my thirst. No strength to drink, letting waters cascade into and over me. Renewal is extended to me. I can persist once more, and I do. I slowly move on, go forward into the clearing, mountains ahead and behind me. Sweet, dewy fragrance fills the air. Wild floral captures my soul. Sun is at the horizon. Hope gets another chance. It's like a jungle sometimes and makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes and makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Peace.
Ooh, yes, everybody unmute.
You better come
Grandmaster Justice.
You better come
Yes.
through with that message.
Yeah.
She already knows she one of us, though.
Of us.
Say that she already know. Like, you better come through with that message. Queen, come through.
That's what's up. Yes, welcome, Aisha, to this place, right? To this safe and sacred place. And thank you for bringing your power with you, okay? Because that was fire. We have a little tradition here, not started by me, actually started by our very first host of the Thursday night online open mic. And we have a way of welcoming each new person into the room, so you know that you are welcome here, and just to bring you, a little bit of energy, because you just brought us some energy. Okay, so we're gonna unmute and we're gonna sing to. Can we sing to you for a little bit? and then also gonna let you know, if you've heard in the chat or in your ears one of us, that's also a message from the room that we want you here every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Cancel your plans and come on through, okay? So we're going to sing to you now that we serenaded you, made you feel good inside. We're going to sing to you. Bear with us, because we still working on it. We're a little rusty. It's okay, though. Y'all unmute yourselves, okay?
Get a whole serenade.
Okay. Yes. And I'm going to count down. So just bring down your volume on y'all side a little bit. I know some of y'all got that master speaker. Okay. So we're gonna count down 3, 2, 1. Pop.
The cherry baby, pop the cherry baby, pop the cherry baby, the cherry baby,
Pop that
the
cherry,
cherry
baby.
baby,
Pop, pop,
pop
pop.
the cherry baby,
The cherry, baby. Pop, pop,
The
pop.
cherry baby, pop.
baby.
The cherry
Pop,
baby,
pop,
pop.
pop the cherry everywhere.
Yes, all right, child. I told you we needed work, okay? But it's for laughs, it's for jokes, it's for fun, it's to bring the smiles, bring the teeth out the mouths, to warm you and let you know we have fun here, we love here, we welcome you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you in the space. Please put your information in the chat because I also, I was being a creep. I had videoed a little bit of it. So I'm going to put it on the internet so the folks can follow you too. So please put your information in here so we can all follow you. And I can tell you every Thursday, you better be here at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you can make it, no pressure. All right. All right. Thank you all for being here. Next person up and last person up in the good luck round. I'm gonna come up with a little good luck round ditty for y'all because I feel like we should have one. What y'all think? Yeah, I agree. So in the meantime, one of my favorites. I don't know if she knows that. She knows it now though. One of my favorites. We love Tanish. Okay, you're gonna hear why, because that voice is like velvet, honey. It's like velvet. Okay, that's why we call her the honey lung. But I'm gonna let you, experience it for yourself. 'Cause that's only fair. Unmute yourself, Tanish, please.
Damn, Mary Jane, that was beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're one of my favorites too.
Oh my God, we twins. It's beautiful.
So I got this. I wrote it today. It's really fresh. We are part of a larger organism. We are light and shadow, walking stars bursting at the base of the merciful spinal cord, showing us where we belong, with self-love, we get to where we're going. Follow the sweet frequencies, twinkling wind chimes, the bass shifting your hips. Let it all hit you and your feet step. On their own, they point you where you're going. The urge in your body gets you there. That's it. Thank you.
Yes. Unmute.
Yeah, Tanish.
I love that.
Always.
I love Bill's echo. Bill, every time you unmute, I feel like we get the arena love. I love that. Please make sure you always unmute for us. That is fantastic. Thank you, Tanish. Thank you for that, honey lung. I told y'all, don't you feel warm? Don't you feel like you just took a sip of tea? Isn't that nice? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't mind. Please follow Tanish. And also, she has her own open mic that I believe she does with Elemental and also with Propaganda Poet as well, right? I believe you do, poetically speaking. I'm going to let you unmute so you can tell us a little bit about it, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I do. It's under Poetically Speaking X3, times 3. And it's on IG Live Tuesdays, the first and third Tuesday of every month at 5 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for letting me do that.
Of course. We gotta make space because I've been in your space and it was so healing when you had all the women, right? I remember that, right? And we were lifting women's voices in that space. And I know you do that for all folks who show up. So that's what we do here. So if you're also creating a space like that, maybe Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern don't really work, for some people. Maybe they'd love to be here, but the schedule just doesn't permit, right? We all have real lives outside of here. So any opportunity we have to lift each other and shine some light on other opportunities, other places to be when you might have better timing. We got to do that, right? And the place is dope. I mean, and y'all dope too. So, I mean, it's just easy, honestly. I appreciate.
Always in your music.
See, I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still with me, right? Y'all still with me? Okay. Thank you, Tanish. We thank you for bringing all of your fire and your love with you wherever you go. It's an honor to know you. Oh my goodness. Thank you all. Thank you all for being in this space with us, for bringing your own particular magic, how that shows up on the page, how that shows up on your guitar. Joski, we see you still hanging with us. Bill out in California bringing us the songs. Mr. Tezazomo even sang for us. He let us put down our dictionaries tonight. It was a beautiful scene. It was a beautiful scene. Thank you all for being here with us. And maybe I'll share something before we leave. Is that okay? Y'all cool with that? All right, I'll close this out. Why not? Let me see what I got, here in the stacks. All right, so I got this one. Probably, we're always in phases of editing, right? So we encourage you to bring what you got. A lot of times you'll hear us say new shit, right? And that's, fresh stuff. Fresh stuff usually needs a second or third eye, because it's not your best stuff. Fresh stuff not always your best stuff. But sometimes, and often, most times, y'all are bringing fantastic stuff. So, be gracious to yourself and also to others as you hear the way that they share, okay? And, as Erykah Badu said it best, keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, okay? All right, so saying that, this is entitled Cutlass. I let my cutlass swing free when I split the width of colonizers' bushweed. I won't be kept from what has been promised to me. Granddaughter of the escaped into the trees, cut to the quick. Understand this real quick. This some warrior energy. Gathered your villainous monikers, balled them up in the back of my throat and morphed into real ones, no zeros. Stopped your bullets mid-air, bend and I'm Neo. Cough out your code, switching religion in the middle of my sentence. You call for white Jesus while my bronze and woolly one listens. We won, and both the muse saw your name in the Anubis's book, high-fived and told you to look alive while you can, zombie. Brushing last residues of lies off my tongue. Hates, halitosis neutralized. Get your scent up off me. Refuse to be confused with you while you consistent and unclear. Claim democracy major and fair. Save complexions that are easier to protect than. Pretend not to pull black bodies out your teeth by the tendons. Me and my ancestors never believed you. Same way you let a virus sweep through, pull down your mask and saw the real reason creep through. Population control only works with less people. Start with the poor, underrepresented, belly full of the feeble. And go right back to playing cops and robbers. Return to plunder the riches of others. Though not surprising, since we all know the only cure you know is war. Just look at your medicine. Thank you for being here. This has been another Thursday night online open mic. Oh, what y'all? Oh, y'all want to say stuff? Y'all want to make noise? Oh, I appreciate y'all. I want to say something. Oh.
I'm feeling the unmute here. I'm feeling the unmute. Wow, that was great.
Come on now. Come on now.
Come on.
Right on.
I
That's how you close that
amazing
shit
poets
out.
here. I know, right?
Damn. So y'all love me is what you're trying to say. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? I really do. I really do. I'm an artist just like you. I get nervous just like you. If you see me in other Zoom boxes, I might be, imbibing the earth just like you. You know what I'm saying? So the anxieties, I see you, Gustav, with the gusto. Okay, you have the gusto. Okay, I already know. So please keep in mind. I know, right? Keep in mind that we are all artists. We are all imperfect creatures, right? None of our work is done. Our eyes wouldn't be open. Our hearts wouldn't be beating. We wouldn't be alive. So if you're alive, you still got work to do. And maybe your work is to be here. Maybe your work is to say that thing that you We're afraid to say. Maybe your work is to make that mistake out loud amongst friends. And if that's the case, every Thursday night, online open mic, 9 p.m. Eastern, Thunder Lung Thursdays, as the folk have begun to say. You can find yourself, you can find your people, you can find your community. The love you're looking for is alive and well and here. Come find us. All right, Chris? In the back. Oh, check out. Wait, y'all gotta unmute and make some noise for Chris. Did y'all know that today is his 10-year anniversary with the New Yo? So please, let's unmute. Give him a hand.
Happy
Praise God.
Hardest working
Thank
man
you,
on the
Chris.
stage. Thank you, Chris.
We appreciate
Thank you, brother.
everything that you do, man. For real, for keeping these Zooms open,
Everything,
for making
everything.
sure shit runs
Yeah.
the way it runs, man. We truly appreciate you, man.
To that love overflowing out for you. Thank you. Every single part of the heart is needed for the heart to work, right? So that's everybody in front, and the side, and the back, all around, on the bottom, and the foundation. The folk coming after you are all needed for this heart to work. So thank you, Chris, for helping us beat like we supposed to do, helping us keep the rhythm in this sacred space that we share. And now, if you don't mind, can you take us up out of here so we can go on to bed? Because some of us are tired. No, we love you. Please come back next Thursday. Peace, y'all. Peace.